Hello, hi everyone, welcome, good evening. My name is Felice Carlton. I am a speaker, registered nurse, certified health coach, family nurse practitioner, doctoral student, and tonight I'm just going to give a few quick tips on the power of vision in achieving your goals. And so this is something that is very, very important because in order for you to really achieve something in life, you have to believe that you're able to do it, and you have to see it and feel it mentally before you are able to manifest it physically. So with that, before I get started, I'm just going to go over a few quick tips I talked about yesterday. So for anybody who was able to get on that Facebook Live, I talked about some tips of how to how to stay motivated when your goals seem so far away. And that's the reality for many people, is that you may have goals that may seem scary, they may seem big, and they may seem so far away, but really they're not that far away. And not only that, but if you're given a vision and hi there, welcome. If you're given a vision, then that meant that you're the one to bring it through. So with that, one thing is you definitely want to be intentional with who you're listening to and hey girl, hey Patty, with who you're listening to and what you're listening to, because number one, everyone is not Hi, good evening. Everyone is not that positive and they don't have your best interest in mind. So when you're on a journey to achieving a big goal or any goal in life, you have to be super laser focused. You have to definitely cut out distractions, and sometimes you have to cut out people who are not going to be there with that next level of you. So there are some people in your life who seem to be good at this moment, but when you're ready to go to the next level, it may bring up some fear in them. It may show some things that maybe they haven't accomplished. And so they may project that fear on you and say, hey, I wouldn't do that. If I were you, I wouldn't go forward with XYZ. You know what happens when this happens. So keep that in mind, that you have to be really intentional and discern who you're getting information from, because sometimes information may come from people who are not necessarily qualified to give it to you. The person who you go to for spiritual advice may not be the person you go to for career advice. The person you go to for financial advice may not be the person that you go to for other things. So just keep that in mind. Another thing is you have to push through fear. Fear is natural. It's going to happen anytime you're going for the unknown and it's something new, it's something scary. It's a natural reaction for us all to have fear, but it's also, what do you do with that fear? And one thing I want to say is that fear weighs ounces and regret weighs tons. So think about that the next time you have a decision to make and it's something that you want to go after, but you're nervous because you don't know what the outcomes are going to be, or you're afraid that you're going to fail, or you're afraid of the unknown, is that you will feel more weight if you don't do it. You never want to live with that regret of, oh, I wish I would have done XYZ. Just go for it, because the thing is, fear gets bigger the more you just sit and wait on it. You think about it, you contemplate on it, and oftentimes when you're doing it, you're like, hey, it really wasn't that bad. My fear really wasn't that validated. It was just I didn't know what to expect. And also know that you are capable to handle and accomplish anything that is in front of you, and any goal that you have, it's because you were meant to bring them forward. So getting on to the power of vision is, some people have sight, but they don't have vision. And you may not know what that means, but sight means you can physically see. You're not legally considered blind. Vision means that you are able to see a bigger picture in life. And it means that you are a person who is able to look beyond your current circumstances and see the things that you really want. So it maybe the finances aren't right, or the opportunity doesn't feel right, or maybe, the things are not in alignment, or you don't feel ready. And ready is a nebulous term, because there is no such thing as ready. There's no official state of, oh, once I reach this, I'll be ready. Because there's always going to be something in your mind saying, oh, I need to get this in alignment. Oh, this needs to be straight, and this needs to be perfect. And it's never going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect before you achieve your goals. It's not going to be perfect during the time you're achieving your goals, and certainly not going to be perfect even after you achieve your goals. You just have to go with what you have and just keep moving. So when you move, it's almost like a GPS. If you're driving in a car, going to your GPS, it may say turn left in 200 feet. Well, you would have never known that if you would have never left your original spot and started moving. So as you go, you get directions along the way. The right people will come in your path. The wrong people will, they'll begin to shine away from you. And then, quite frankly, when you go to the next level, there are the right people waiting to support you. Everyone's not out to get you. There are people who will support you on your journey. And I know with one thing I want to say is whatever you choose to focus on is going to expand in your life. So whether that's something negative, something positive, or whether it's with your dream. And with your dream, one thing you want to do is that my experience with vision is that you have to be very intentional about it. So in 2014, I started to take on some big goals in my life, and I was actually very nervous about them. At the time, I was working full-time as a registered nurse, and I was also in a competitive certification program through Duke University. I secretly applied for my doctorate degree, and I was accepted into the program, so I started on my doctorate full-time, and I was starting a business. And I also was in a high-end coaching program in Atlanta. And so that's a lot for anyone to take on at any one time. And any one of those is enough to make you nervous. You know, starting a business, if you don't have a business background, can be scary. Starting a doctoral program, especially full-time while you're working, very scary. You know, so all of these were definitely things that were something that was very scary to me. And, you know, but I created a vision board. And on that board, I put down the things of what I really wanted in life. You know, what were the big things, the big goals I was going after. And I also put the same images on my computer as my screensaver. You know, I worked on a computer a lot. So the image I saw was always this certain screensaver. You know, so when I'm getting down and, you know, feeling a little discouraged, I need to look at that picture just to realize that, okay, your dreams are not that far away, and this is what you're going for, because you have to constantly pour in positivity, because there's going to be so much negative things, you know, going on in life. Life is going to happen whether you go after your dreams or not, but you'll be more fulfilled when you go forward with your dreams, because you are the one to bring them to pass. So with that, another thing I wanted to let you know is that think about how you would feel when you're actually able to bring forth your dreams. You know, there are some things that maybe you're afraid to tell other people because it seems so scary and it seems so far out of the realm of where you currently are. It may be writing a book or starting a business or going back for a second degree or changing careers. And, you know, you're in a place where you're what I call complacent. You know, even if you don't like it, you know, you're in a place where, you know, maybe bills are being paid and, you know, you're able to move forward. You know how to handle your job. You know how to go about certain things, and doing something new is scary because you've never done it before. But think about how you would feel when you actually bring that to pass. You know, all these things that you really want to bring to pass. Think about how it would feel when you actually have the opportunity to do that. And so one of the things I want to say is that, you know, I'm planning a women's retreat. It's in this fall. And one of the things about it is that we're going to really tap into vision, because vision is so important. And people are not able to really manifest things in their life if they don't mentally believe, one, that they can do it, and two, mentally conceive it. It's thinking about, you know, if you're watching this from your cell phone, then your cell phone was once an idea to someone. I can remember my childhood before cell phones were created. You know, we had home phones and they had cords on them. So the fact of having a computer put into a mobile device and you're able to make calls from it was something that we never even thought of. But someone had to have that vision in order for it to come to pass. And since then, you've seen multiple manifestations of it. So it's the same thing with yours. You know, your vision is just a small glimpse into what you're supposed to bring forward, you know, the people's lives you're supposed to change. So with that being said, what I want to say is definitely make sure that you stay connected, because if you are a person who's looking to take your life to the next level, you need to make sure that you're connected with people who are going to pour into you and not deplete you. Going for a big goal, going for a dream is definitely something that's scary and nerve-wracking, and you need a strong support system. So in this actual Facebook message, in the descriptor is my personal website and my free offer. So I encourage you definitely to stay connected with me, because there's a lot of information I only share with my email list. I don't give out everything on social media. I give it to those people who are in my personal email list. So definitely make sure that you are connected with that. There's some updates coming out with retreats, and there'll be discounts and all these other type things that I want to make sure that you don't miss out on any opportunity. So with that being said, I certainly wish you the best. If you guys have any questions or anything that you're concerned about or any dreams that you're looking to bring forward, feel free to put it into the chat box. I'll definitely answer any questions. And you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Goodbye.